Good morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Elena Pinto.
And I'm Amaka Ubaka. We've got a lot of good news today. One, it's almost Friday, close to the weekend.
Keep going.
And the second thing is, if you were tired of all this hot weather, we're in for some relief, finally.
Anything else?
And we're here, smiling.
We're here, yes, and that's what matters. And Josh is standing by, too, with more on the day that's shaping up to be pretty nice.
It is, yeah. The big
stories: the former president of the Boston Police Patrolmen's Association arrested and facing troubling charges. Pat Rose is set to be arraigned today on several counts, including indecent assault and battery on a child. At least 3 people in Lynn are left with welts and scrapes after being shot with paintballs in a series of dangerous drive-bys. 2 of them saying that a person in a white car leaned out and shot multiple times. The Lynn Police Department is investigating. And state health officials releasing an updated map. You can see it here. They're adding more communities that are at high risk for coronavirus infections, and it now includes Lawrence, Salem, Saugus, Hall, and Fall River. After receiving the map, Salem schools decided to have all students learning remotely in the fall. Some colleges are pushing to play sports this fall. The Big 12 Conference wants to play. They are the only Power 5 conference to say they will definitely have games. The ACC and SEC have yet to officially announce their plans. Any student athlete who opts out of playing their sport in the fall can get an extra year of eligibility. We're following more news today. A dangerous drive taking a tragic turn when a woman in Brockton is hit and killed. Prosecutors say the driver, Alan Perkins, drove home and researched his own accident on the internet. They say he then moved his damaged SUV to a parking lot across from his house where he duct taped a broken front light. He then turned himself in, saying he thought he hit a street cone. A vigil held last night for the victim, Michelle Maxwell, a mother of 2. Her husband says she was out walking her dog when she was hit in the crosswalk, yards away from a Brockton hospital.
They called me, told me. The nurses came out and said, I'm sorry she didn't make it.
Perkins has pleaded not guilty and was released with a GPS monitoring bracelet following his arraignment. A woman is facing charges after Boston police say she went on a blind date and stole from a man using a stun gun. Police say the pair met in a room at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Crossing after connecting through an online dating app. That's where the woman allegedly attacked the man, and police later arrested the 24-year-old woman who's from Washington State. It's almost time to voice your choice in Massachusetts, and a new poll shows Senator Ed Markey leading Congressman Joe Kennedy in the upcoming Senate showdown. The UMass Amherst poll has Markey leading his challenger by 15 points in the Democratic Senate primary. That's 51% support for Markey and 36% for Kennedy. Those numbers have a 7% margin of error. And the poll also shows a slight majority of voters plan to mail in their ballot for the September 1st election.
And 6:41 still ahead on 7 News. Today in New England, a great couple of days to get outside as we keep some of the heat, but we're going to ditch that humidity.
Sounds good to me.
Great.
Yes. Plus, the Celtics will be allowed to have some guests in the bubble, but there's one thing they'll have to do first.